I want to talk about how easy it is to be happy. For example, in any moment, for example, cycling right now, instead of thinking about negative things, I envision I am to be happy, and I can feel that. It's hard to explain, but it is easy to do. It's something that we as a human have an ability to do that, but why wouldn't we? Why we make it hard? Why we choose suffering over joy, over happiness, over living with inspiration? To do that, after do that, things around you hasn't changed, isn't it? But thing about you has changed. You look into this world with no buffer anymore. So the buffer itself is when we're thinking about, when we're creating a story. For example, when I'm riding here, I see a tree and started to create a story out of it. How it was, how long it's been there, what is the age, and then who was possibly planted it. Instead of doing that, just look at it as a tree, because it's a tree. Look at this road, because it's just the road. The moment we didn't have this self-created buffer because of our thinking about it, we can experience life. And I think why we created this buffer in the first place, because it's a survival mechanism. As I think and keep thinking about all these things that is unproductive, it all comes down to survival. We want to survive, but we are not facing any harm living in this modern world. So we created it. We become overreact to things, and that's why I think that we need to do regularly is to keep letting go. You know, you don't need to acknowledge everything. Just see it and let it go. Because if it's not gonna help you, then why bother still using it? It can become self-sabotage in a way. So we need to stop doing that. And how to be happy is just to use our will. We as a human has this will, free will, that we can do anything we want. And instead try to use that to be more conscious about your own thinking. Because there is this saying about what are you thinking is what you will become. So if you kept thinking about those negative things, you kept putting buffer, then what happens is you become a coward. You won't have courage anymore. So use that willpower to be more conscious now, so that you won't be fallen into that trap again of creating a self-defense against nothing, against the illusion of your fear. The fear you need to fear is the fear itself, and that's 100% true. So how to do that? How to do that is to have a super consciousness Not to say you have to meditate for hours a day, but try to create a reminder in your phone where you want to be aware, so it can interrupt your pattern. For example, in the day you set a reminder at 12 to remember. Just put to remember, and when you saw that reminder, now you can take a step back to think about, from the moment you're waking up to 12 p.m. that day, do you have any self-limited thoughts, self-judgment, you're creating story? So if you do that, even in that moment the thought pass through, just see it, let it go, and use our will to be happy again. It cannot be done one time per day, for example, like that. You need to improve the frequency over time until it becomes a new habit of you not thinking about all the negative stuff. When you start to use your willpower in the correct way. So that's about it that I want to share today. The fact that it's easy for us to be happy, we are in the way. The first one, don't use buffer anymore. Instead, experience the life for what it is. Be in the present moment. The second one, I've talked about how our mind is creating all these thoughts because we have given our mind a role to do all these kind of things to make us safe from illusion of fear, illusion of danger. And that's the one I share a bit about, to be aware, set a reminder so that we can always practice being happy from within.